というカンナムアップウィズアベタージョグネクストタイムクドアテンプト
It's not quite that. It's not quite that. Super Mario. Bruh! Moment. QLDC 2020. There's a 4 over there, and man, there's a lot of stuff going on up there in the HUD. And it's not SA1. Lovely. ASM by Louie. Music by Gift Shaven, Mark, VD100, and Lemmy Koopa. Definitely time to take a drink. And move the laptop from my legs, because it's going to get warm quickly. Pay attention to the level layout. And what appears to be maybe Jimmy Neutron's dad, I think. Pay attention to the level layout. Is this going to be a sequel to the actual winner of the prior QLDC contest, where you have to remember all the blocks? And what type they are, to an extreme extent? I feel like there's going to be a quiz later. Well, things were going well up to that point. I'm taking that with me. You never know when a good shell can break a level. Well, that would have been smarter to use later. Without Lemmy Koopa would have no motorhead. Was this made in April? Because I guess it was made in April. Yeah, that would make sense. Mega Mind. Okay. I have not kept up to date on assorted children's cartoon things, unfortunately. Okay. I think I watched the Minions thing once. Is that what they're from? No, FG. Oh. Oh, I hate... Okay. Well. Oh, no. Well. I understand now. What's up, Bunny Link? Thanks for the good luck. Appropriate music, if there ever was any. Hope I've got a videographic memory. I can assure you, I do not. Wait, he ran across that! Alright, my plan was to try and use sprites to abuse that, but apparently that doesn't work. Because he was allowed to run across what appeared to be nothing. Or maybe it's a really small gap I keep falling into. No, I wanted to keep running. Alright. Well, if there's a piranha in a pipe, by definition I can stand on it. See, I played a Lucy Yellow. I know how this works. I remember this. There was a pit here, and there's a thing up there. No, it's funny, there was an OLDC level that basically used this concept. And then there was this part. Time Apu. But yeah, when I was judging OLDC, there was a level that was done basically completely... Basically, the whole background was black. Everything was black except sprites. which is funny because it would have qualified pretty well for this contest, given the general level of instruction. Kind of cool. Lurk before you go to bed. All right. We'll see you later, SMB Slayer. Have a good night's sleep. While I try to figure out what the hell I'm doing. Okay. Yeah, I just gotta remember what I'm doing all the time, forever. Or watch sprites, because I think there's enough hints given with the sprites that I don't actually need to know what I'm doing. There was a little bit after that. A little bit after that. Oh yeah, the Mario Maker pins are also done via USB and overlays and stuff. I forgot to mention that, but hey. If you want to claim this level as yours for some reason, you can. Using channel points. We'll change the overlay slightly. It is not one of my more difficult implementations, let me put it that way. Except for the fact that there's no good way in JavaScript to determine the size of a string in pixels. The various solutions I found on Stack Overflow did not consistently seem to work. So I did it in Python, where it did. Except it gives me results in integers instead of float, which is what I need. A little bit further on. A blind Theo sightless. You didn't make this? You did or didn't make this? I mean, it's possible. It's possible anybody could have made this, but we now know it's made by blind Theo sightless, apparently. BJB did not make this. The only reason I actually know that there is a level by Undead Blackbird is because I saw that she was streaming the design process at one point when I was looking for stuff to watch. Over here. Okay. Does he turn? No, he does not turn, I think. Why did that other one turn? Because he spawned here. Okay. This will tell me where the end of the level is. Not well enough. Okay. This is true. You're going to have to scour my VODs to see eventually. See how you liked it. Let me know. Well, after the judging process, I can definitely give you the VOD, give you access to the VOD, because I'll have the entire thing indexed. One of the benefits of me always loading hacks on the fly using USB is that I have accurate timestamps of when I played things. And in fact, I use that to make YouTube videos that are cut out of hacks I've played pretty quickly. In fact, surprisingly, despite the fact that it makes my life easier in some ways, I actually had to get started before midnight or else it would have broken this evening. The YouTube uploader thing, so. I have a lot of weird tech, some of which works most of the time. We'll let it come down here, and then we'll see what the step is. I want you to throw over here so I can see where the next platform is. Well, that's where it is. Oh, there we go. And there's a block here he must have hit. That was a stupid way to die. Yeah, no, it's actually really convenient. I ended up building it because I got tired of how I was doing moderations. An awful lot of people, when they are doing moderations, like 1UpDude takes screenshots, and I found that with my setup that it was just painful to do screenshots. And so I was like, well, if I get everything indexed to the right timestamp and stuff, I can just link to videos, and that works just as well. And so I sat down and spent a couple days building that. And now it's incredibly complicated, and I don't want to touch it for fear of breaking everything forever. So, which is kind of how most projects eventually end up in Python. down a step. Gotta go further down a step. But yeah, I'm definitely getting sort of the same feeling I got from the actual winner of QLDC, where all of the tiles were something else. And you had to sort of remember exactly what they were. And I was completely on board with this concept until the very last room, where it's like, did you remember everything from the prior 4 or 5 rooms where the rules kept changing? No? Well, good luck. And also there was a pipe that would kill you. There were 7 pipes that would kill you if you didn't remember the exact right thing. Either way, it definitely deserved to win. It was a cool concept. Yeah, and in the crazy boo fight where you had to identify like 4 or 5, like 7 blocks that were the wrong type or something, that were actually throw blocks as opposed to not throwable blocks. To make sure I know where it is. Bit short there. It was nuts to watch. You didn't realize it was the winner. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was the winner. Like 80% sure at this point. Because I do pretty much everything by scripting. I actually went and for the QLDC videos, for the QLDC levels I did play and put on YouTube, I actually did tag them with their awards. Though the phrasing for some of them isn't great because I did it, in an automated fashion. But I need to sit down and write a similar script for this when I upload them to YouTube. Things to do that I have yet to do that probably should be done. I also need to fix my judging sheet format because it's not quite right yet. More modern judging involves using spreadsheets, but I don't like writing in spreadsheet forms. Well, I don't like writing in forms. I like being able to edit my stuff before submitting it. I keep thinking it's closer than it is. So yeah, I'm working in a flat text file, and then I will fix it up to be submittable as a spreadsheet because, hey, I can do that kind of thing. I have the power of regexes and Python. I'm just going to turn this down just a little bit on my side. There we go. Much better. I can appreciate the elegant simplicity of this one. Like, while it certainly didn't take a long time to build, in the sense of the second section is the first section with every tile rendered as nothing, it does take a pretty deft hand to make a level that is playable like this without actually memorizing the whole thing. Okay. I'm so worried about that Koopa, I just fell off. At some point I need to go back and revisit some of the other QLDC ones I didn't play. I played about half of them. Same for WLDC at this point. I played through about half of those before I got on a train and didn't have time to play anymore, since other things demanded my attention. Like, basically, when I got back, all I've really had time for stream-wise is do like 4 moderations, which was good. Got the queue down a bit. And then QLDC stuff, and then I played Final Fantasy VII once, which I'll probably do again tomorrow. I like Final Fantasy VII. I've been doing that on Sundays for a few months, except for the 2 weeks where I was in Pennsylvania, in DC. Nice place, Pennsylvania, but still. Went to several Smithsonians while I was in DC, because if you are there, you may as well go to them. The American history one is nice, but I don't think they rotate stuff out enough, because it's pretty much all the same stuff I saw about 3 years ago. And sadly, the modern art of the modern art wing of the National Gallery was closed for renovation, because I always love to see what kind of crazy stuff shows up there. Agree to disagree. You grew up in Pennsylvania. It's a place to visit, I guess. I don't know. My sister lives in Philly, and I enjoyed my afternoon tour of Philly that she gave me. I did in fact see the Liberty Bell. Did not patch it up. I'm not Baby Crockett. There we go. Oh, right. I need to rush that section because I want to jump on the sprites and not the platforms. But assuming with you being in DC, you're probably in Philly, which is you've never actually been to, but you've heard it's cool. You grew up in central PA farmland, and it's awful. So the funny thing is, I didn't actually go to Philly itself. I trained to DC, and then we drove to Lebanon, Pennsylvania, because that's where my sister was getting married. She had basically, they rented a big house, and we had a 3-day house party, and that was their wedding. There was a part where they actually did vows and all that, but it was basically a 3-day house party. And it was absolutely perfect for them. Like, relatively low stress. I mean, certainly she had to go get her, like, bridal gown and all that. But, like, nothing too ridiculous. Oh, there wasn't even a, like, proper wedding cake. There was a bunch of cupcakes. And those were delicious. There's one gluten-free place in DC that makes just excellent cupcakes. And I'm normally not a big cupcake person, but damn, they have good cupcakes. So, Amish country, indeed. I saw a lot of random Amish people on the train, to the point where I was kind of curious if trains were okay in Amish or Quaker or Society of Friends or whatever other somewhat anachronistic farming communities. Because I just don't know enough about it, aside from basically everything I know about Amish life, or Quaker life maybe even, comes from Amish Paradise, and that one Tim Allen movie where he goes into witness protection and has to stay with the Amish. So basically I know nothing. It's so much longer than I should pay attention to the background. That's what I should do. Jump to the area for sure, but you wouldn't move back there. Definitely don't disagree with that. Any sort of motorized vehicle is okay as long as they aren't the ones operating it. What about planes? I don't think I've ever seen an Amish person on a plane in all my years of flying, but I saw a lot of them on a train. So is it different kinds of motors? Like, I just don't know. That was sort of my question there. But ultimately, I also don't fly to places where there are an awful lot of Amish people, so it's very possible my sample size is just not very good. The other thing I saw while I was in Pennsylvania, of course, was Hershey, Pennsylvania. And I went on the, because it was something to do, and it was about an hour, 45 minutes away from the house, and saw the chocolate tour. And the disturbing, sentient Reese's Peanut Butter Cup, who stated that his favorite candy is also Reese's Peanut Butter Cups. So basically, Hershey endorses cannibalism if you're made of chocolate and peanut butter. Very strange. Look at the green piranha plant. It's propelling. Don't know about planes, but yeah, they'll ride in cars and stuff. They're allowed to have a phone if it's for business, but not for residents. Different. Yeah, the rules are just strange, and I don't understand the culture of that enough to make any sort of judgment. But there were a lot on the train from Seattle to Chicago and Chicago to DC. Speaking of which, it takes a long time to go. They are propelling, you're right! For somewhat inexplicable reasons, last night we finished up the stream by looking at this manual for this game, because I'd never seen the manual for it. And there's a lot of weird stuff in that manual, let me tell you. I'm not good at those. It is indeed a long train ride. Yeah, I didn't know it spun. It's true. According to food theory, it's not cannibalism. The other types of M&Ms are different species. But this was a Reese's Peanut Butter Cup saying his favorite candy is other Reese's Peanut Butter Cups. Like, that's clearly the same species. Can't imagine not knowing about the manual. Yeah, I never saw it. I bought pretty much all of my SNES games used back in the day. So they never came with manuals, because like Funko Land didn't really do that. Or it was more expensive, and as a kid I did not care about that, I wanted to play the video game. So. Okay, so I think I want to jump from a little bit past the dice. Yeah, there we go. Where's me? I have... Okay! I remember this spot. now I'm on top of the triangle. And then I held onto this for a little bit. I didn't even remember that happening. You got the game when you're like 6? Yeah. No, I'm certain if I'd gotten like a Super Nintendo around the time that they were new and interesting and common to buy games new instead of used, I probably would have had the manuals if I could have afforded it. But given I bought it after the like this Super Nintendo I'm playing on, I got this for my birthday long after the Super Nintendo was not the most relevant console. Like the N64 had been out for quite some time. I think GoldenEye had already come out by the time I got the Super Nintendo. And I don't think GoldenEye was like a launch title. Because I had a friend across the street, or down the street, who had an N64, and we played GoldenEye before I got my Super Nintendo, way back in the day. The best thing I can say about GoldenEye is we had a lot of fun playing it with proximity mines, but mostly because we thought that the Lemming Award was the funniest thing ever. And I played GoldenEye again with my sister's husband a little while ago when they came around to visit. And it definitely has not held up compared to modern FPSs. But going all slappers for a bit was still kind of fun and nostalgic. I really hope there's only one half of this level. Or, well, the same half of this level. Sure enough, it's spinning. Yep, thought the punk was just clapping together. It's definitely spinning. I guess that makes sense given it needs to propel itself upward, but like, it just wasn't something I ever thought about. If you've never read the Super Mario World manual, it is a trip, and I highly recommend spending a few minutes perusing it. There we go. This is safe. And watch this zigzag as he jumps up there. Okay. Oh, I thought it was higher up. Stupid time up. Always takes forever to get back in the level. Yeah, I learned so many new things about that game. Like, it actually tells you about some mechanics that I assumed you had to learn about, like L and R scrolling. And it makes it clear it does not work in all levels. And that the vernacular for levels is actually, like, scenes or playfield. It's just weird. Given all of the general terminology that we just take for granted. Only some of it actually comes from the manual. Jump from the dice. Suddenly feel sad that I didn't... Actually, no, I don't feel sad at all. This is fine. Another jump. Jump. Inch forward till he does that thing. Brave jump. There we go. What happens when you don't read the manual? Yeah, the ship is from SMB3. I kind of assumed they were separate ships, but apparently there's only one ship and they just kept reconfiguring it. So saith whoever localized the manual. Right. Didn't even know about SMB3 when you first read that? Oh man, you didn't get to see the wizard before Super Mario World? No. It's not one. That's what it says. It's the ship from Super Mario SMB3. Confused there was something before this? Yeah. I mean, that's a pretty common thing to happen, at least back in the day. You might pick up, like, the sequel to something before you've read the original or watched the original. And so there, of course, always has to be a lengthy recap of what was going on. Like, I don't know, like the Animorphs books always explain exactly what's going on because, you know, you picked up your grandma bought you the 50th one, or you pick up the 16th one at a Scholastic book fair. You still want to be able to read it and understand what's going on. There we go. Bonk. Now we wait. Glances at Star Wars. Yep. God's Game Over 6 and the SNES was the first console you ever had. You know, funny enough, me too. I got it a bit later. I think I got this console when I was about 10 years old. But it was the only console we'd ever owned up to that point. We were computer people. We still are computer people, but we were computer people then too. So an awful lot of my early gaming experience was on DOS. Played a lot of Xenon 2 Mega Blast and assorted Commander Keens. I have no idea at this point. Oh, that's a level. Huh. Alright, that wasn't too bad. Gone. It was indeed gone. Alright. I will take some words. I will write some words now. With 10, you got your N64 and played it on your own easy. And thank you for all the GGs. Sup, Brent out of hell. Hope I got that right. Oh my. Okay. Judging, typing words. That's you alright. Alright, cool. I got it right. There's an awful lot of interesting names on Twitch. Sometimes it's harder to pronounce things. Not sure you rated him, but it's funnier. Well, thank you for saying as much. Yeah, I got rated by Risto and... oh, crap. Happened a minute ago. Buzzbee Central. So, I assume from one of those directions, and Buzzbee, I think, got rated by SMB Slayer. Skipped the N64 generation, didn't get one till much later. Need a louder mechanical keyboard so chat can take in the note-taking. I skipped the N74 too. Somewhere 8 hours ago, you were watching Muzzle and left the house. I could see that. I could totally see that. Muzzle was doing ROM-hack races, I think. Gibson B points. Yelson B points? Pontes. You do realize that's going to go away once I switch to the next one. Oh, aka Battle Simulator. Okay. Gotcha. That makes more sense. Nah, it's okay. I'll refund it. Don't worry about it. Alright, cool. Let's roll another number. This was 23, 36. I feel like we're taking measurements of something.